Hey everybody, it's Eric Balance coming to you with the Resilient Minds podcast, where I feature beautiful entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and experts in their field, where they help us discover their X factor, their experience of life, only to discover how they were able to accomplish and find out their Y factor, their big why, their purpose in life. So join me as we get to discover the beauty of our minds and how can we really continue to go after the biggest and most wildest dreams while we continue to pursue and manifest our greatest intelligence that comes from the heart. Also, if you haven't, go check out the new alignment course that I've created at www.ericbalance.com/alignment, ALIGNMENT. See you on the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Resilient Minds podcast. You guys, I'm super excited to be welcoming Dr. Mohammed. Is it Naji?
Naji, yes.
Yeah. Listen, guys, I met this beautiful man at the Metaverse Assembly in Dubai, and we were able to deeply connect immediately. And we spent a little bit of time, went for coffee afterwards. And I have to say, this man is, doing some beautiful things, and he really is extremely passionate about youth empowerment. I'd love, Mohammed, for you to just share a little bit about what you're up to right now in the world, and what really kind of led you down this path of wanting to continue to support youth empowerment and wanting to really add this, add so much value to the youth around you.
Cool. First of all, thank you for your time and for the amazing content and interviews that you're constantly providing to the public. Well, just for those who don't know me, my name is Dr. Mohammed Naji. I'm a dentist by day and a lot of things after that.
Yeah.
Recently, I have signed with Gadha Institute, which is one of the most prominent names in the world of education and kind of like life motivation, and so many other kind of courses that they provide. So I've been doing dental courses and a lot about dentistry for the past 10 years. So I thought that it's time for me to share my experience in a way that can benefit any and every person with whatever industry or struggle they're going through. Now, why did I choose youth empowerment in specific? It's because I was always passionate about, the world from a very young age. And I started my career, considerably at a young age as well, in comparison to the regular age of a dentist. And having that, I realized that I faced a lot of obstacles and struggles dealing with people around me because, he's just a young boy, you will grow and you will learn much more. The people usually find credibility in gray hair and wrinkles. They feel more secured following that because obviously, we can't deny it. The older the age, the more the experience. So that would usually be a more credible source. However, I did realize that in the modern world, the younger generation is exposed to a lot of things that the previous generation or the older people did not go through. For example, in my industry, obviously, any person would pick the older doctor, the doctor that has seen more cases and been through much more. But on the other hand, I was telling the younger ones that don't underestimate yourself because we can provide certain services that cannot be provided by the previous generation because we're the ones who learned all about the digital technologies, the 3D models of dentistry, all the new techniques, all the new machines, the electric injections, everything that can kind of facilitate the treatment to make it easier, provided with less pain and less time. So that was just in my field. Digging deeper into this, I figured that that's not just in our industry, it's literally all around the world. For example, one of the biggest fields at the moment is social media and content creation. You have massive companies around the world that have big budgets for this. And let's face it, if you want to get some good content, you need to reach out to those teenagers nowadays. The classical marketeers and advertising people are not familiar with creating a TikTok video or what's attractive to the public. So yeah, that's where the idea came from. And I've had a couple of lectures and one-on-one sessions with younger people who were facing the struggle. They couldn't make it because the surrounding wasn't supporting them because of their age and lack of experience. So I believe it's just about time for us to give those people a chance and tell them that they can provide and fill a huge gap in the market that cannot be provided by the previous ones.
I think you touched on something really important where it comes to the perspective of like seeing the wisdom in the youth. And there's so many limitations that are created by experiences, because this like people sometimes they're jaded in their own experience of life, and they go through different experiences, and the older they get, they pass down limitations to the youth. And what I think the biggest opportunity is for us, that work with youth, because like yourself, we're spending time, lots of us now are spending more time with 10, 15 years people younger than us. And I think that in this now day and age, in this reality, we get to curate from this unlimited mindset, and by inspiring the youth to really have no limitations, we then allow their imagination to help us drive new industries in different capacities by helping their kind of ideas run free. And so tell me about why this is a very important aspect of kind of the future generation, and how that you feel that we could kind of continue to contribute to that philosophy.
It's very important because let me tell you something. The youth who had their younger, their young years in the past 10 years have seen and learned much more than what we have seen and learned when we were their age by that time. So if you compare me at 15 years old and compare any other kid today that's 15 years old, you will realize that those kids are much more exposed. They've seen much more. Everything is much more approachable and reachable with the internet, YouTube, social media, that they're constantly learning. A lot of people look at this, unfortunately, as it's just a generation that's wasting their time on YouTube. And so excuse me, I think they are, even if it's through their subconscious brain, but they are learning so much bit by bit, whether it's from that funny video or from those scientific content. There's so much that's going on around them that gives them a lot more knowledge than what we had back in the days. Having that said, I think it's about time at least to give them a chance to see the effect that they can have on whatever we're doing. Remove that line that says at least 5 or 10 years experience in your job description that you're looking for an employee. Everywhere you look around, people who are posting job ads and stuff, where it's the classical 5 years experience, master's degree, etc. First of all, let's face it, the internet today is kind of beating at least 90% of college degrees. All right, you can learn whatever it is that you want in a matter of a month or two over YouTube or the internet in general. Second of all, look at what they're doing in the spaces where they have the freedom to express themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look at social media. Mm-hmm. They took over. Look at YouTube videos. They are monetizing their work and creating great content and job opportunities for others. I've seen YouTube channels that have offices running. They have an actual full office that runs a YouTube channel. so those are managed by the younger generation. Look at the Web3. Web3 today is a platform that's generating billions of dollars around the world. And if you look at the majority, they're all in their early 20s, or if not teenagers. So they have done so much. They successfully proved themselves in areas where they were free to express. Imagine you give them the same freedom in each and every industry, in each and every classical industry that we face. I believe they have so much. Like, for example, in our industry, every new machine that we bring into the clinic, the person that comes to train us on this machine is usually a very young individual from the company that's supplying us with that, you know, because they can adapt faster, they can learn faster. So it is important because we have, I mean, at least in this part of the world, we have a lot of young powers that are not being utilized, a lot of wasted energy. So instead of, you know, underestimating those and not putting them into action, we can take action and just open up doors for them in whatever industry it is. Worth a try at the end of the day, you know.
100%. And what do you feel like, why was it so important for you to kind of step into this? Because you're really passionate about it yourself, right? So
yeah.
What was it that, you know, going
Triggered
through
it, yeah.
Yeah, what triggered it for yourself?
I went through it. I joined, so our medical group, Liberty Medical Group, is a family business, which was started by my brother 25 years ago, who, you know, bless him, he is like an icon, not because he's my brother. I mean, you Google him, he's a legend in the industry, and he achieved a lot. Now, having that and entering into that, being a young man, a freshly graduated dentist, surrounded by like teammates who are at least 20 years older than him, it was kind of a very tough struggle, like to prove myself, to tell people that, okay, no, don't worry, you're not gonna lose the nerve, you know, let me show you what I can do. And people are usually more attracted to the classical thing that's working, you know, the running wheel. So, yeah. Okay, it's fine. There's this dental treatment. I need an injection. I need the drill. I'm going to go through the pain, but this is the way that's been done. That's how my parents did it. That's how I'm going to do it. Yeah. And it took me so much time and effort to prove to people that no, like there's other methods now. I have 3D scanners. I have laser drills. I have painless injections. I have other techniques that I am the only one. Well, in our clinic, I'm not the only one, but I mean, it's more commonly to find the younger people who are the experts in this. So just give it a try. And bit by bit, obviously, everything takes time. It took me some time, but I, you know, eventually managed to prove myself and kind of, you know, provide a better service or a more flexible and an easier service to the people coming to me. And word of mouth, social media, bit by bit, people started getting awareness about this and started believing in this. So I today would like to give a quicker opportunity to the younger ones. You know,
and you're not just doing this in the dental industry, right? You're doing this in other industries, like, you know, I forget the young gentlemen that I met with you at the coffee shop. Like you're working with these young guys all the time. Explain to me how you're empowering them to kind of step into their own shoes as well.
We empower each other.
Yeah.
You know,
amazing.
You know what I do when I want to work on a project, whether I'm the boss or not, I always make sure that I work with people who are better than me in at least one thing.
Yeah.
You know, because first of all, that's how I learn, that's how I develop, and that's how I guarantee a better result. Sorry, it's lagging. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Yeah. So for them, that was the beginning of our NFT project. And I must say, a year ago, I was not the expert that I am today in this industry, in the Web3 and all NFT. But those gentlemen you met, as you saw, they're they really know what they're doing. They really understand this. So I thought, okay, this is an interesting project. This is an interesting industry. I want to be a part of this. Let me find the best people that I can learn from. So we got together. I got the technical details and knowledge from them, and also they benefited from my background of adding to this project. So it's a give and take relationship. By the way, I might sound like I'm much older. I'm not. Like, I'm considerably young as well, but I'm just well aware of this matter, and we are making the best out of it. We young or old, we just find someone who's good at something. You are good at something. Put those two things together, you've got magic created.
100%. I think that that's the way that we, because I think we're all big thinkers.
Yeah.
And this big thinking is what's allowing us to come together to say, hey, like, because we're big thinkers, let's go further together and let's create something that maybe isn't existing right now. And as a result, we can empower each other to curate something that, the world hasn't seen yet. And I think that if society, if governments, if leaders thought more in this capacity, hundreds of years ago, where would we be today? And where are we going because we are thinking this way now?
Exactly. And, Eric, we were lucky enough that we met, but I promise you, there's at least 1 billion kids out there who have this fire in them that we have, if not more. So, shout out to the world, whoever is out there. It's find someone, do something. It's sky's the limit. There's always much more to create. We're still at the start of so many things that are beginning now.
Yes, 100%. And doing that in like a collective manner, where like in the past, I think you can identify with individuals. I mean, I could see just through my own journey of the fear of really doing things together in myself and other people. And I think that this egocentric perspective is something that people fear in it because there's like insecurity, because there's competition, because there's uncertainty. And I think that, as definitely working on myself, I've seen how that's not necessary, that there's so much abundance available to everybody that you can create that abundance with like a community, with a family, with a team, with an organization. And so how do you feel for our like current maybe models of what's happening? Because not everybody is seeing the world from this perspective. What do you think people that may be listening right now, how can they, come together, maybe find the common ground with different individuals that have this level of wanting to do things together, or have a curious mindset, or youth that want to go and do bigger things but they think that they need to do it all by themselves?
Be in the right place, search in the right spot. Where did we meet?
Yeah.
We it's just that we were both at an event, the a MetaCon event in Dubai. Obviously, people who are going there are people that are in a new industry that's maximum 2 years old.
Yeah.
They're all going to discuss new projects. The event itself, as you saw, was like, it wasn't a huge event. It was reasonably like a fair-sized event. So that's what I am looking for. That's what I want to do. I went to the right place, and that's where I met the people who are looking to achieve the same mission that I'm working on. If you are passionate about football, don't go to a basketball court.
Yeah.
So it's just that you need to be in the right place, join the right communities. So I mean, with social media nowadays, let's face it, what's not possible? You can meet your identical twin somewhere in China while you're in Africa. It's an easy job. Imagine 50 years ago, if if someone wanted to do that, it's almost impossible. They had to get around the world physically, searching places and spots. But now you have the world on your mobile screen. So Twitter Spaces, I love Twitter Spaces. I'm truly impressed by this concept on Twitter, where you get to just literally flip from one gathering to another and listen to what people are saying. You like it, you stay there. You don't, you just swipe and go to the next one. And I'm sure something's going to grab your attention. Reach out to those people. Everyone is on the same mission. Everyone is looking for someone. So it's endless. There's so many ways. And I guess it's very easy to find the right group nowadays. And it doesn't have to be one group or one person. You can take whatever you like from every different place and carry it, move on to the next one.
I love it. I think that this is, with the Twitter Spaces and with social media, and even us discussing like the power of like really engaging and creating a more content creative capacity where social media is you can really be in your own lane and manifest from that lane, using social media, not needing to kind of jump into other realities, kind of maybe create your own world, right, with these social media spaces. If somebody was on here listening and they're really new, and they're listening about Web3, they're talking about metaverse, what would you tell them is happening right now when it comes to this new emerging tech that's happening? Because you and me, we probably can give a little bit more context, but anybody that's listening right now, I think that they would probably benefit from hearing how you see Web3 and metaverse kind of evolving for the future generations, for the youth, but also for the current generations, the ones that are like older, and where is it headed?
Okay, let me just summarize the concept of Web3 in my own words.
Please.
So there was Web 1. Web 1 is the platform where you can only read. Okay, so it was the place where you can only obtain or take things from. Web 2 is when it became possible for you to write. So you can read and write on Web 2, which is the classical, Facebook, Instagram, any website where you can share your blogs. So that was Web 2. Web 3 is where you can read, write, and ownership. So you have rights, you have smart contracts where you can own things online. And it's just exactly a parallel universe to what we have today. And the real life, you can own, a painting, the Mona Lisa, a car, a house. And the Web3, it's exactly the same. Now, the most difficult part that people are kind of struggling with nowadays is the bridge between Web 2 or the real world and Web 3. So people still don't understand, like, okay, what's the benefits of owning something online? Bit by bit, just as a reminder to everyone, this is still brand new, it's still fresh. So don't expect much from it. It's developing not by day, it's developing by every hour that's passing. So a lot of bridges are being built between the real world and the Web3. So we should take advantage of this now, because the other day I met a friend of mine who has an IT background. He was like, I wish I was as aware when the internet came out 20 years ago or 25 years ago. It was like, a lot of people were like, whatever, why would I invest in like some pointless network that requires a connection through the wall, and then what is that? What is www dots? What's the point? We are here again. This is another opportunity. Imagine you invested in Yahoo or Google or Amazon 20 years ago, So this is the new world. Now, For me, I believe it doesn't have limits. The Web3 doesn't have limits. It can be integrated and linked to literally any industry or any art or anything around the world, no matter what you do. I've seen it happen now in a lot of fashion brands, for example, and the connection is becoming a bit more realistic with time. So, for example, at first, I've seen a lot of fashion brands who just drew their outfits and sold them as NFTs.
Yeah.
Fair, I understand. A lot of people might think that's useless because you cannot wear it. There's no utility behind that. But the other day we had a meeting with a very prominent name in the market, a fashion brand, and they're working on a concept where they're going to cancel all the ownership, the cards that you receive with the products, the ownership or the warranty cards. They're going to turn them into NFTs because they saw the benefit in that. They want to give royalties to every person that buys this product, and they thought that the best way to do it is through the blockchain, where they get to see the first time this product was bought, and then every time it was being sold from one person to another, they'll still have track of that, which means if anyone steals this product, it will be absolutely pointless because they don't have any legitimate authentication value to show that it's theirs. Second of all, it will make the secondary market very beneficial for everyone. So for me, as a brand owner or as a producer, I would sell you this piece, okay? And then you will use this piece, you're done with it, you got bored of it, you sell it again. You and I, as a producer, will both receive percentages, commission from this sale, and so it goes on. So for example, a high-end designer bag, if it keeps selling for the next 5-6 years, every time it's being sold from one person to another, all the people behind that, every person that actually owned this bag at one point will be gaining profits from this thing. So it's kind of like a very nice legal pyramid scheme that will benefit everyone. It's having an NFT for.
I think one thing I just want to add there, I think the cool part about it is that literally if it gets stolen, it takes away the value of it. It's no longer valuable. It becomes
you cannot sell it again. You cannot sell it again. It's pointless.
Yeah, so it almost confirms that everything becomes more like things, like for example, I sent a beautiful like shawl from Spain, and it was inside of like a bag with a drum in it, and it got stolen in the post or whatever, and it was amazing, handmade, beautiful, thing. But if this was already backed on with a smart contract, had some value associated with it, it most likely wouldn't have been stolen, because people would know that, hey, this is something that, even if I steal it, I won't get the value of it. Although, yes, they would have the sweater and everything, but the value wouldn't be there. So I don't, and maybe this is something that might change over, like, as people get more used to it, because maybe the awareness is also not there. But I think that this is something that allows people to identify that, hey, this like today, if he sells that shawl, he can sell it, or she can sell it, whoever stole it can sell it and gain a benefit of it. But tomorrow, with the understanding of NFTs and understanding of the smart contract and the utility that's associated with it, that's inherently possessed on the blockchain, maybe that would stop them from taking, because they know that they can't sell it, because that's how they confirm ownership when they receive something new. So this is something super fascinating.
And I believe it will also add value to a lot of things that lose value with time. So, for example, my courses, now I have a lot of online courses coming up. All right. I am selling a package of like 5 educational videos to people. Now, the classical method is I either put an expiry date for the videos, which means you have like a month to watch them and then they get deleted, or it's a lifetime thing. So I just tell you the video and you keep it. Now, once you have this package and you're done with it, You either forget it somewhere and you're on your PC and you never see it again, or you just give it out to a friend and like copy and replicate it, and your friends will have copies and they'll watch it for free and I'll lose the money. Now, once you're done with something, you can, probably offer it for a cheaper price than mine because it's on the blockchain. So you can go up to your friend, you're like, hey, okay, you want to watch this course by Dr. Mohammed? Instead of buying it from him for like $100, I'll give it to you for 70. So this is an old video that you have that you're done with it. Instead of just wasting it, you can always kind of recycle it over and over again and make money out of everything that you own.
This is brilliant. And how do you see that too with like, digital art, obviously, and, regular, videos like you're sharing with this, like we maybe discussing the NFT, first of all, like for anybody that's listening and they don't understand the non-fungible transfer, what do you feel people need to know that's like a total, if they're total green in the space right now?
I didn't get your question. Can you?
Yeah, no, it's okay. So basically, if I don't know anything about NFTs right now, what would you tell them about NFTs right now in the space?
Pretty much what I just told you in the previous question. But in addition to that, now we are at a kind of crazy phase in the market because of the bear market. All the prices are kind of crashing. This is influenced by a lot of political issues going on around the world, the inflation that's happening. But for me, trust me on this, crypto or NFT, I say that the market is on discount. The market is not crashing. I would call it's discounted. So take this opportunity. NFTs, they're being handed out for free. Go collect as much as you can. Buy whatever is affordable now. Invest in projects that you believe in terms of crypto, and just be patient. This is a brand new market. Whoever joins today in any way or any form, it's not too late. It's just the beginning. I believe in many years from today, cash will be extinct in a way or another. If not, maybe valued at less. And crypto is the way to go. And if you look back in history, they took the gold from us and gave us coins. They took the coins from us and gave us papers, currencies. They took the currencies from us and gave us cards, MasterCards and Visa cards. Those cards are actually just numbers. You're literally buying and selling things by transferring numbers. There's an interesting fact. The money around the world, all the money around the world, there is not more than 20% of it that actually exists in cash. The rest is just numbers flowing. So with that happening, might as well let's just get rid of that and convert the whole thing to just numbers. And it's happening bit by bit. A lot of applications, a lot of projects. I have recently invested in a company that's developing an app for crypto payments, just like Apple Pay, but you pay by crypto, which means you walk into any supermarket, you buy your groceries, select the coin that you want, whatever crypto coin that you want, and you can just tap and pay with that crypto coin rather than paying with cash money or from your bank account. So it's happening, it's going there. So if you don't know what's going on, just make sure you get into it and you will bit by bit. It's still developing, and believe it or not, a lot of people claim that they understand what's going on. They don't.
And I think, like I definitely can share, like, even as much as, I've spent time studying and learning it and listening and paying attention, there's still so much to uncover because, this has been around for 11 years. We just haven't, like, people think that this is a completely new thing. Blockchain in the space has been developing for 11 years. And it's only until 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, that it really started to become adapted.
11 years ago, but it did not start the revolution.
Yes.
Up until 2-3 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's been there, but now the focus is happening. Now the markets are growing. Now the companies are starting to believe. because unfortunately that's human nature. It takes us a couple of years to start believing in something, and often it's a bit too late when we realize it. So I think it's still not late. Whatever you have any opportunity to get your hands on something related to that, just jump on it.
And so if somebody's an artist right now and, focusing back on NFTs, like really using the NFT platform by adding the value, like you said, activating, what would you say to anybody that's useful, that's right now wanting to follow their heart's purpose, their heart's intention of like being an artist, or, curating or curating content, or speaking more, or really developing their themselves, right? How can they associate this NFTs and their own kind of like real great skills so that it becomes their asset for the future?
Express yourself, keep doing your thing. There's a market and there's a demand for literally everything. And you have the biggest market in the world. Back in the days, if you wanted to sell, for example, sweaters and jumpers and winter outfits, you had to fly them to cold countries. You had to go to a cold country and promote your product there and advertise it there. Now you can sell, winter outfits while you're sitting in the desert. The audience is on your phone. You don't need to fly. You don't need to contact representatives. You don't need an agent. What I love about Web3 is killing the middleman.
Yes.
You do not need an agent anymore to promote your work. You're an artist, you're a singer, you're an actor. You don't need anyone to list you anymore. You don't need any person to take commissions from you anymore or percentages of your revenue. It's you and the end user. And they're all on your PC or on your phone. So do your thing. And if you're passionate about it, keep doing it. And the audience will be the easiest thing to reach to because it's all on one screen.
Yeah. This is amazing. So what is something that you're really passionate about besides youth empowerment, dentistry, speaking? What is something that you're doing a lot of kind of on your own time to develop your own passion of yourself for yourself?
Honestly, at the moment, even though we discussed it, I am very, very passionate about, finding the next big project, finding the next big concept, whether it's mine or not. Like I like to, see things that have potential and invest in them. Mm-hmm. And that's because I kind of figured out, and I've seen recently, that successful and rich people around the world in the modern days, they do not own companies. They do not own, offices or a team or, anything that's physically tangible. They just invest, which is beautiful. Like, why would you put yourself in all of this headache of, renting a place and hiring people, and then this employee is showing up or is not showing up, and the HR and all of this, mess. People are making crazy amounts of money by just being investors. Put your money here, there, but you need to study things. Don't just do it randomly. And this is my passion nowadays. I literally do crazy amounts of research every day. I, look around, see problems in the market, and kind of, sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, and kind of look for people who are trying to solve this solution. So it's been great. I have gained a lot from this, and I believe we can all do it. If someone is looking for something to do, check this out. It's really interesting.
And have you tell me about the project that you're creating with the NFT project, with different major speakers and that you're working with. If
I'm
you want.
not creating that, actually. I'm just again, I invested in one of those projects.
Sorry.
It's no worries. it's a beautiful concept that I saw a team of young gentlemen that you met were working on. So basically, they are creating a bridge between the real world and NFT and the Web3.
Yeah.
And they saw exactly, see, that's what I told you. They saw a problem in the market that people still cannot find the real utility behind NFTs. So for those who don't know, NFTs, basically you buy an NFT, you become part of a community, and this community or this project provides you with utilities, which means kind of like services or advantages or stuff that you can utilize. Now, a lot of people think that this is useless because any kind of utility will be provided on the Web3. You cannot really utilize it in the real world. Those guys over there thought of a genius idea in which the NFT that they're selling on the Web3 will be providing a real world utility, which is a connection and a path or an access to obtain knowledge from experts. What they did is they established a project where you get to buy NFT, and it's a very limited project. They have only 3,535 NFTs. Okay, now 3,500 will be minted and sold to the public. All right, 35, the last 35, which is a very small number, they will not be sold. They will be handed out to certain individuals. Those individuals are people who are very big in different industries. They are achievers, not celebrities. They're achievers and not famous people. Big difference. Achievers are people who actually formed something and achieved something that is very significant in a classical industry. So what happens is when you join this project or when you buy an NFT, they will give you access to have live sessions, one-on-one talks, kind of like AMAs sessions with those 35 individuals. The nice thing about those 35 individuals is that they are achievers in the real world. So they're not getting you like a famous singer or like someone that you only see on TV, because there's no benefits for that. A lot of NFT projects kind of promote, I think it's more of a scam, but they promote their projects by saying like, oh, we have this famous YouTuber on board, or we have this famous rapper on board. Okay, great. Where's the utility in that? Like, you got me, I don't know, Beyonce or Jay-Z on the project, but then, okay, nice. What am I getting out of that? You know, that's very interesting. But what's next? For them, no, they got those people to serve you, to serve the community. So they have the most popular, for example, fashion designer in our region. They have someone that's very big in real estate. They have some professional doctors, engineers, architects, interior designers, mechanics, painters, singers, actors, you name it. So this will kind of benefit any person that's in the project, because, okay, fine, let's say I'm in Canada and this popular real estate individual is in Dubai, for example, right? You can still benefit from that. We all want to invest in real estate. You can always reach out to this person and tell them, hey, look, I want to buy in Canada. I have those options. What do you think? Like, what is better? What is the best return on investment? Should I buy or should I rent? So it's professionals in industries that we can all benefit from all around the world. Yeah. So, and it creates a great connection, because everyone that's paying money to become part of this project is a person who understands the value of this, which means you are going to be in a circle of serious individuals, people who are looking to achieve, and bit by bit, you are building a healthy network of people who are not looking for nonsense on the internet. The nice thing in addition to that is that they are not selecting the 35 people on their own. They're selecting the first, I think, 10 or 15 people, and they're leaving the rest to the community. So if you join the community, you have the freedom to say that, hey, look, I have this neighbor who is actually excellent in this field or industry. I think he would add great value. Please add him to our project. So even the people get to choose some of those 35 individuals. And it's open for everyone for suggestions and stuff. So I am personally very excited, because because I'm one of the 35. They proposed that to me, so I was very honored and happy to cover the dental side of this project. But I'm also very excited myself to learn from the others, you know, and not just from the 35 people. I'm looking to learn from the community. I want to meet new people. I want to have friends and connections in Japan, Africa, Russia, all over the world, you know.
Absolutely, and I think it sounds like an amazing, amazing
And
forward-thinking project.
by the way, the guys who are working on this project actually reached out to Mr. Eric, and they gave him an interesting proposal. So whoever is watching this interview, please convince him to take the offer.
I love it. I'm super excited, and I look forward to doing a lot of cool things all together. I think there's a lot of opportunity for us all to come together. And the beautiful thing, brother, is that we are really thinking.
By the way, just to kill the curiosity, because I forgot, I didn't mention it. The project is called High Watch Society, HWS. So because we didn't mention it, yeah.
So what is it called again? Say again, which society?
It's High Watch Society.
High Watch, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why watch? If you're wondering, it's so broad. Everything I said, they chose watches because they believe that everything is a matter of time. And also part of the utilities that they're providing is that they're creating a network for people who are interested in watches, so they can find you the rare watches that you've been trying to find for a better price.
I love it, man. I think, like I said, being around great individuals and continuing to grow like as a family is really what we're all here for. And I think that this is why we've met when we were there, and we continue to grow. You know, I really love the fact that you're wearing a diversity, inclusion. And what's the bottom one saying? Belonging.
The diversity, inclusion, belonging. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you're wearing that shirt right now. It's amazing because this is really what it encompasses us, you know. And how we're here to like really grow together. Brother, I want to first of all just say thank you. What is the best way that anybody, if they want to really reach out and know more about you, the projects that you're involved with, and you know what you're up to moving forward, where's the best way they can find you, reach out to you, connect with you?
I'm very easy to reach on Instagram. My personal Instagram, it's a verified account, DrMohammedNaji, Dr Mohammed Naji. And I usually check my inbox. So if you have any, questions, anything, please feel free to reach out directly, DM me, and I'll get back to you. I'm also on Twitter with the same username. So yeah, I guess social media is the way to go.
Amazing. And if you had 3 days left to live, what would you do?
Yeah, you should have told me about this before we do the interview, man. It's a very deep question. I need to think about that. 3 days to live, what would I do? I would book the first flight with my family to the nicest beach around the world, and have the best time for the next 3 days.
Amazing. Yeah, it's always family, bro. I feel super. It's always family, man. I've asked this question almost 150 times now, and every single time it's about family. It's about coming back to family. So this is really the essence of like what family is, what community creates, and what really we can do in society to really create bigger families together. So I look forward, bro, to growing together. And I just want to say thank you again for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Do you have any last things you want to share? Anything you want to share yourself?
Look, Web3, Web2, business, life, at the end of the day, we are all chasing comfort and happiness. Yeah. So whether it's not there, you'll find it somewhere else. You don't have to, you don't have to go with the wave. Find yourself and whatever makes you happy. Materialistic things don't usually last. So it's just the inner peace that we can chase. Find your loved ones, keep them close, and enjoy every moment, because you never know when everything comes to an end. So just cherish every moment, bad or good. There's always good in the bad, and there's always bad in the good. So it's all about how you look at things. Live and let live. Don't judge. Do your thing, and yeah. Much love
Amazing,
to all of
brother.
you. The last thing I would like to say is thank you, Eric. I really appreciate what you're doing. This man is a pure-hearted, genuine person. Brings comfort in so many different ways, with a beautiful message to spread around the world. I met him in an event for 5 minutes, and he told me that I have a speech going on stage in another place, and I don't know how. Within 10 minutes, I felt very comfortable and happy to actually drive on the other side of the city to actually go attend him. I attended his talk. He was on stage. Beautiful, interaction with the audience. He got everyone hooked to what he's saying. Everyone was like participating, although I give you that it was a very tough audience. And everyone was just suddenly participating. It was a beautiful session, and I can see it going to places. So keep shining, man. Keep doing what you're doing. We need 10 more people like you, and we'll have a beautiful world of peace. So yeah, I really appreciate what you're doing. Keep it going, man.
You're so kind, man. Thank you for these kind words, bro. It means so much to me, really, a lot. I really appreciate you, bro, and I look forward to really like spending more time together and getting to know each other even deeper, bro. And so, honestly, guys, like make sure you check out Mohammed. Check out what he's up to, and really pay attention, because he's really sharing tremendous wisdom everywhere he's going. And the people that he's working with are brilliant minds, youth that really want to do good things for us, for everybody. So, together we go far. So bless you, brother. Don't go anywhere, but
thank you, man.
Ciao.
Hey, everyone, and thank you so much for listening to The Resilient Minds. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please make sure to go comment and like and follow us on iTunes or Spotify, and please make sure that if you really love this, to share this episode, and make sure that you're inviting all your friends to like it as we continue to unfold what the beauty of our minds does. More importantly, how powerful our heart level of intelligence can be when we combine our heart and our brain together. And more importantly, check out the alignment course that I've created. It's seriously there for you to take advantage of at www.ericbalance.com/alignment. See you on the next show.